Welcome into my world. You're playing my game. Thought that you could come up and they're fitting off of my knee. Talking out the side of your neck like you're insane. Cortisol levels to the roof. Inflame. Kids these days so shameless. Selling out real friends for a paycheck. Mama didn't teach them no home training. Wanna be me so bad, but they failing. Step to the plate though. I'll take a challenger. I ain't scared of no low life scavenger. I should warn you though, if you haven't heard, I ain't no Colleen ukulele ballager. Shots been fired. Wanna tell that? Say it to my face though. Now behind my back. Won't be long till you share it in the group chat. And when I call you up, you're gonna backtrack. And you should've kept my name out your mouth. That's me though, how it all turned out. When you try to use my name for clout, keep on going, give me something you can talk about. Order in the YouTube streets, in the YouTube courts. Hello, order. Oh my gosh, y'all. Something so sinister. Something so sinister and truly gut-wrenching. An infringement upon all of our freedoms is happening before our very eyes, and it's happening to our cousin. This is the second time in about a month or two that I have been summoned from truly minding my business by a dharmic duty. Last time it happened with this crop was with the Nova situation. I'm speaking out saying, hey, you know, no wonder. From my blanket. No wonder nobody wants to come forward with creeps like this around. Oh, they took issue with it. So then I had to go back and forth with them on that. Now, it's bad enough what this one guy was doing to point and shoot our cousin, the sheriff, but it appears as though ADAM22 16 Grand Mason might have had something to do with it too. Okay, maybe even Poetic Jalaflocka. All right. Let's get into it. So first things first, let me show y'all the page I'm on right here, this YouTube. So this is the point and shoot channel. This is the video right here. Now, as you can see on the title, it says, I'm suing Torain for false copyright strikes. Okay, so he posted it 23 hours ago, but guess what? That was the second time he had to post the video. Now, not to bury the lead, the video today, the one I'm doing today, is going to be a reaction. We're reacting to this video, but he had posted it previously, like the day before. And look at his community post. My latest video has been taken down and my channel has been issued a copyright strike. Sorry, everyone. And then he puts the picture of the email he got. The title was the same. This is crazy. I'm suing Torain for false copyright strikes. And then he copyright struck it. The guy he's suing for false copyright strikes. So anyway, yeah, okay. So he put the video back up, but have no fear because I downloaded both versions. I'm going to react though to the version that is up now. I think it's pretty much exactly the same, except maybe the very beginning there was like a little funny thing you'll see. I think there's maybe an addition. Now what I will tell you is the version of the video I'm going to be reacting to is further edited, further transformed for further transformation, for commentary on a matter of public concern. Because this man, and as you will see, innocent until proven guilty, I understand this is going to court now, so can't wait to see both sides. But as of right now, this is just a civil matter. But what you will see is there is a propensity for this person, at least, you know, on one occasion, at least one time, this person copyright strikes whole videos to make your channel get a strike for photographs he doesn't own, which I understand to be an illegal and unlawful, in my opinion, my understanding, use of the DMCA takedown system. But without further ado, let me just pull the video up and we will start seeing, we'll start getting into what it is exactly been going on out here. What I can tell you is It's kind of terrifying. And I really hope that this is able to become, once it's brought to light a little more, that there's sincere and serious consequences. Sincere and serious consequences for people who do abuse the copyright takedown system. Because as you're going to hear, the sheriff point and shoot my cousin talking about up in here, you're going to hear him say this has affected his actual off of YouTube life and livelihood. I personally know exactly how that feels because I too have been targeted with malicious, vexatious, in my opinion, litigation, and in fact and indeed am owed attorney's fees plus sanctions for those people's actions in those cases. So it really does hit close to home, I'll say. I hope that by bringing transparency to this issue, I'm able to help educate the public on exactly what it is like to try to simply do and exercise our God-given and constitutionally protected right to freely criticize public figures. I hope that this is educational to bringing to light that there are issues that need to be addressed and that perhaps there should be consequences, hopefully, against people who serially do this type of thing. Okay. Transparency indeed. Transparency indeed. Okay, so let me... Hold on. Oh, right. Okay, I changed the name of it. Sorry. I was going to do it through the browser, but I tested it out before and it wasn't working. So instead of that, I'm going to do... No, not that. I guess I'll just do this. I'll do this. And then... Okay, here we go. So again, this is like the second time he had to upload this. I got a little pillar for my speaker. The reason that I do the speaker like this is truly because I hate stuff on my ears. Like it actually like brings pain to me. So until I can figure out something like comfortable, this is pretty much what we have to do. So here we go. Without further ado. And oh, also one more other thing. If y'all want to help out Point and Shoot, please do not send any hate. Please do not send any comments because anything that people say, they're going to end up blaming it on me. They're going to end up blaming it on him. So just don't say anything. Don't leave any comments. But he has set up a Patreon. He has set up ways to fund his legal campaign over there on his channel. If the mods could drop the link in the chat. I think I put did I put the link in the description? If I didn't, I need to go do that after this live. But yeah, just type in Point and Shoot and, thank God, look, the video's still up. The second one's still up, which it should be. The first one should also still be up. But, okay. Yeah. All right. So you can go watch it in full over there. And he said that the best way you could help the video out is to just let it play all the way through. That's what he said. So if you want to help out, those are some ways you can do it. Please do not send hate or any comments or do anything, go anywhere, do anything like that to anybody mentioned in the video. That is not the point of this video. This video is meant to show you in an educational way some of my opinions and commentary. And, as we go, I'll be doing some reacting. I'll be doing some comedy as well. This is also a comedy show. This will also be a comedy show as well, a roast of sorts. So this is like the most protected speech possible. Okay. So nothing I say is a fact. Everything I say in this video is just going to be sheerly my reactions unless I explicitly state how I know otherwise. Okay. Just opinions. Those are protected still last time I checked by the First Amendment. Anyway. Okay. Without further ado, because it was a lot of ado.
Once again, folks, I may not be able to address this again. I fear that this video will be taken down. So please download it. Get a copy before it's removed. Spread it.
All right, so for this video, I want to talk to you guys about why I've been away for so long and why I have not been publishing videos lately. So this is what's been going on. So I've got this weirdo guy named Torain.
Okay, so
and
this is an ultra transformed AI assisted image. Okay, so in the video, I'll have you know that in the point and shoot video and in this guy's video, he has his full face up on the screen, but I am not playing with anybody's children or anybody's uncles out here. So I've used actually the That Surprise Witness editing headquarters team has used an AI generated mask to cover his face. Okay, that is ultra transformed, completely covered up, and in no way a substitute for the original. I will lay off the disclaimers as the video goes on, but I just have to do it here. So TB says, am I going to do a full investigation into this fool? So far, I don't have any plans to do so, but I reserve the right to change my mind at any moment. Okay, so right now, no, I wasn't planning to. I was just planning on doing this reaction. But if I feel like investigating, I might. I don't have any plans at the moment. Oh my gosh, TGF said she's cooking gravy and biscuits. We call it biscuits and gravy. What kind of gravy is it? The white one or the... Yeah, it has to be the white one. The other one would be called Mater gravy. That's what my family literally calls it in North Louisiana instead of tomato. Anyway, okay, so also I've taken the liberty to parody his title down here. This is not the name of this man's show, but it might as well be. Anyway, okay, so you get the gist. You get what I'm going to be doing here. You get what we're going to have to do here, and you'll see why very soon.
Down. So please download it. Get a copy before it's removed. Spread it.
All right, so for this video, I want to talk to you guys about why I've been away for so long and why I have not been publishing videos lately. So this is what's been going on. So I've got this weirdo guy named Torain, and he is another YouTuber. He does the Star Report. He does a bullshit gossip channel that no one should watch. And so this guy has been sending me copy.
I forgot. Hold on. I made something else. I made a special. Where is it? Oh no, because it's not on background. Hold on. I made a special thing. Here it is. Thank you. All right. Ting. All right. I'm ready now. I'm ready now for real. Okay.
So this is what's been going on. So I've got this weirdo guy named Torain, and he is another YouTuber. He does the Star Report. He does a bullshit gossip channel that no one should watch. And so this guy has been sending me copyright strikes and legal proceedings of all different kinds, trying to shut me up, and he's gone too far. And I can't wait to show you this. You guys are all going to be completely sickened, I think, by this. And just to give you an idea of how crazy this guy is, he sent me copyright strikes for material he doesn't even own.
Again,
he sent me a copy.
The editing team took some liberties to transform the photo further and to make it into a parody and to make it into sufficiently transformative, even more so. But y'all, he don't own it. It ain't his picture. It's a picture of him, but copyright, I don't think it's the same as name and likeness. That's like a different type of thing. In any event, this picture was in the New York Times. It was in the New York Times. It was in the New York Times. And he copyright struck somebody's channel, namely my cousin, Point and Shoot. Now, listen, I don't know what got into this man thinking he was going to mess with my cousin like that.
Trying to shut me up, and he's gone too far.
Look at the picture.
And I can't wait to show you this. You guys are all going to be completely sickened, I think, by this.
So,
and just to give you an idea of...
Just to give you the moment, if you would like to pause and read after on the replay, he does get into it, but y'all, it's heinous. Okay. Anyway, okay.
How crazy this guy is. He sent me copyright strikes for material he doesn't even own. He sent me a copyright strike for a New York Times article. What? And so he's sending all these copyright strikes. He's filing legal proceedings against me in the Copyright Claims Board. He's doing all this stuff. But where he crossed the line is he filed a fucking...
Wait, hold on.
And he was able to get...
I know why things aren't going right. I know why things aren't going right. It just dawned on me. My lights are off back there. Hold on, stand by. Hold on, stand by. Okay, I think it's been cured. I think everything's healed and all is right with nature. Okay. I done skipped too far ahead, girl. Okay, so y'all see what's going on, right? Like, Point and Shoot made a video mentioning this guy, this picture, which is fair use for sure, from a news source. He copyright strikes Point and Shoot's channel, and the video gets taken down and all that. Okay, right? So he don't own it.
He doesn't even own. He sent me a copyright strike for a New York Times article. What? And so he's sending all these copyright strikes. He's filing legal proceedings against me in the Copyright Claims Board. He's doing all this stuff. But where he crossed the line is he filed a fucking federal restraining order against me. So he's not just sending me fraudulent takedowns on YouTube to shut me.
So I have, you know, in my personal experience, my personal opinion, my personal life, this has happened to me. When someone couldn't take me down in some other way, some this way, some that way, then they try to get a freaking restraining order. It is the most sinister stuff. And you know what? I'm really glad that Point and Shoot goes over this and talks about it in his video, but he talks about, like, unless and until you've actually had something like that happen to you, where people are trying to like interfere with your like off of YouTube life, people are trying to interfere with like your freedoms and liberties, trying to get you arrested. It's crazy. So he tries to get a federal what even is a federal restraining order? What even is that?
And do harm to my channel. He's actually trying to get me put in jail potentially. I mean, if he has a restraining order against me and I make a video about him on YouTube, I go to jail. Does that make sense? And so this was very upsetting to me. I had to just sort of go into defense mode. And that is not to be
understated. That is not to be understated. It is one whole thing for some idiot robots online to be saying stuff about you. It is a separate thing for real people to be saying stuff about you, and it is something entirely different when you are being accused of deranged and depraved criminal activity. Having to figure out how to find lawyers and jurisdictions all over the damn place where you don't even live and don't even go and never would go if you can help it. And then oh my God, the worst thing is when they freaking team up like little rats and roaches behind the scenes in the gutters. They team up with each other. You're going to see. It's a pattern. Anybody who's followed my lawsuit, you're going to see the pattern.
Talked to a lawyer in North Carolina where this was filed. I was worried about my paramedic license being taken away because this would be, you know, I'd be investigated heavily by the EMS agency for this. And so things have been pretty crazy. You know, I've got people trying to destroy my life and take away my freedoms and things of that nature. And it's just taken the fun right out of this whole thing. And it's probably difficult for people to understand what it's like you just have to go through something like this to understand what it's like, the feeling that it gives you to have to worry about something like this. And it's all based on just lies and misrepresentations. It's really upsetting. And it takes me out of character. It takes me away from the fun-loving investigator that I am, and it turns me into a sort of someone who just wants to check out and just go do other things, if that makes sense. And so I do want to just give you guys the full story of what's been going on with my channel, with the Jala.
Frederick Jala is my real name.
The New Hampshirean cuck, the whole story. We're going to go over this because I feel like I owe it to you guys. And this video will probably, I'm 99% sure this video is going to get stricken down by Troi Torain. I think that he's going to send me a copyright strike for this, and this will only be up for like a day.
And he did send a copyright strike, and it was only up for less than a day, and it got took down. But now the second one's still up.
Please watch the whole video, hit like, hit subscribe, please leave a comment. I want this video to do very well because it's going to be immediately taken down probably. So let's just go to this first clip. This is the beginning of this story. This was December of 2024 when I woke up.
The overlay so you can actually read it. He said this all began in December 2024. Okay. Last year, like almost a year ago now, 10 months. We've received a copyright removal request. I did make a video about this at the time. Based on applicable copyright law, we removed your video from YouTube. Video title: No Jumper hosts are all on hard bleep. Content used: No Jumper Show 291. Adam announces the end of an era. Whatever. Okay. So then there was another 2 copyright strikes. He got 2 in one, boom, boom, 1 email, boom, boom, 2 strikes. Guess how many you get before you're out? 3. Your channel can get taken completely, and usually does once you get 3. Now, of course, there's an appeal process, and if everything goes right, hopefully people can do that and all that. But like boom, boom, 2 at a time. And guess who copyright struck the second one? Poetic Flacco. Frederick Jala is my real name. Sharp pretends to quit No Jumper, but gets fired anyway. Okay. This means your video can no longer be viewed on YouTube. So who copyright struck? No Jumper was one of them, and Poetic Flacco, who's a guy who's on No Jumper, was another one. Just in time for Christmas. Yeah, they always got to do a Christmas sacrifice, these Satanists. Anyway, just kidding. Just kidding. Adam Grand Mason. He said, I fuck with the devil. I fuck with the devil. That's what he said. Anyway. Yeah, they're weaponizing it. They're weaponizing. Anyway, okay, so let's see what else happened. So this is the start. This is where it all started, okay? Adam Grand Mason and Poetic Flacco. Now, I remember at the time, I was speculating whether this was a collusion event with innocent till proven guilty. I'm not saying a criminal collusion, but just like, it just kind of seems like maybe they were like, hey, I'll do one if you do one. Yeah, I'll do one. Like whatever. Disney frog in a wig. Shout out to my cousin Neem in the chat. Shout out to Oklahoma Outlaw. You should have to prove you own the copyright before you can report somebody. Protect the sheriff at all costs. Exactly. I hope y'all make videos on this too. Y'all can use my video. If y'all want me to email you the one with the clown, I'll send it to you. Shout out to Neem in the chats. Okay. So here's the starting point. December last year, just in time for Christmas. Boom, boom. And it's like, were they colluding? Well, I guess we can't know for sure. We weren't there. Unless you were, but I wasn't. So, 2, boom, boom. All right, let's see what happened next.
In the morning and saw that I had received 2 copyright strikes, one from Jala, one from the Cuck. And so this later on turned out to be an orchestrated attack by Jala and No Jumper to get my personal information. This is what they did. And Jala admitted to this in a video that he later took down because of backlash.
My plan
Y'all
was
are gonna
all the
be
copyright.
so mad. Y'all are going to be so mad. Duh, just buckle up. Okay, so look at what they just admit to right here, right out in the open. Look, I did make a video on this, but recall
in a video that he later took down because of backlash.
My plan was all the copyright strikes, have him respond back, and have him give his full name, his full identity under punishment of perjury. So because of those strikes, I now know what his full name is. My goal isn't a copyright strike. My goal is something much larger. And this is just the first step. Getting your identity by forcing you out of your rabbit hole with this copyright strike.
So what happened was Jala and No Jumper got together and colluded and conspired against me. And
so it's confusing a little bit at the beginning, but it actually is very straightforward. What's going on? Point and Shoot makes videos, commentary videos like I do or whatever. He's very funny. It's scripted. He does all the disclaimers, everything. He made videos about Poetic Flacco, this guy, and ADAM22 Grand Mason of Nashua. Okay, he made videos about them. He makes videos about them, as he's allowed to do, and they're pissed about it. There's nothing they can really do, so they kind of wanted to get him. At least this Jala definitely did. So now what he's doing now, this Jala, see what Point and Shoot is doing is he's walking us through the whole situation of like where it started, how they ended up getting where they are today, which is there's going to be a lawsuit. And the person that he's actually beefing with is not these 2 people, but this is just the background story. I mean, I guess he is beefing with them, but like the person he's suing is a different person. Okay, so Point and Shoot makes videos, commentary videos. Adam Grand Mason and Poetic Flacco work together on No Jumper. They both send copyright strikes, 2, and all you can get is 3 before your channel gets deleted. Also, this Poetic Flacco guy is saying he didn't actually in good faith file that copyright. strike takedown request. He filed it for the purpose actually of doxing, basically getting this person's name, point and shoot's name, Michael, his name and his address, just to do with that information something else at a later time, whether it be filing a lawsuit, whether it be whatever. But this is like an improper, and I believe unlawful, I'm pretty sure, use, innocent until proven guilty, of the DMCA takedown system. So that's what he's admitting to on camera right here. So that's, I mean, I think that's pretty straightforward. So let's see what happened next.
Sent me copyright strikes on the same day. I got 2 copyright strikes in one day from 2 different people. And that's because Jala didn't want to send my channel 2 strikes on his own. He needed help so that he could claim he only gave me 1 strike in case he got in trouble for it later. So he got his, and I can't prove any of this, but I think he got help from No Jumper, and they conspired and they were like, well, I'll send him 1 and you send him 1, and then he'll have 2, and then he'll have to give you his name and his address and his phone number and everything else. And Jala gloated about this and admitted later on that this was all he wanted to do, was just use copyright strikes to get my info to harass me.
My question is this racketeering activity, like creating a situation that puts somebody in fear of losing their reputation or their livelihood? I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
His house almost every week planning some shit, right? I said, listen, I'm not going to be...
Fuck?
Listen.
What do you mean they go to his house every week?
Oh, he's not lying, bro.
If they're planning some shit for him, you feel me? So I said, listen, bro, I'm not going to be a part of this. Y'all do your thing, right? I was trying to warn a nigga. You feel me? Right? As you see, am I lying?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, no, you're not lying. I see.
I'm not taking it the full way. I'm good enough by just having his name, his address.
I don't know who it was. Somebody said recently, I was watching somebody's video. They're like, why do they have microphones in this studio? Why is he sitting in front of a $450 microphone setup? If he's screaming into they don't have not one acoustic panel on the wall. Go take that crusted ass rug, the half a perk rug, and put it up on the wall. Do something with these acoustics, or turn all of the mics way down and use an AI echo canceller. Okay. It sounds like ass. It sounds like trash. Ass sounds better. Ass sounds better. This is bad. It sounds bad. Although there is a worse category of sounds on No Jumper, and that is Aunt Heffy wet coughing directly into the top of the Shure SM7B. Let's move forward.
Number. I'm good enough with just identifying who this person is. So hence, if they make lies about me and like in the future, I now have your information, and we can handle it the right way.
Right.
So he openly admits to using the copyright strike system on YouTube as a means to harass, as a means to obtain people's information, to intimidate them with it. And this is supposed to be like directly against the rules on YouTube. So he's openly admitting to this act of fraud. And it's just really alarming that YouTube allows this type of thing, right? People are probably wondering, like, why didn't he get in trouble for that? Well, it's because he filed a CCB case.
Okay.
Which is like a stupid.
So you might be thinking, whoa, what? So anybody could just do this? Anybody can just do a fake copyright and, hope to get away with it? Well, yeah, kind of. But eventually it falls away unless you do certain things. One of the certain things you can do so that it doesn't fall away is file a lawsuit. If you can show YouTube that you filed a civil action, and sometimes it could be a restraining order request. Oh, we have a pending restraining order request or a pending restraining order that's full of lies, but it's an active lawsuit. It's pending. We have a this, that pending. We have a this, that pending. So these people have found a little, I think it's a bug. I think it's a glitch or a bug, and truly just in the YouTube system. And once they find out about it, I'm pretty sure they're going to patch it up and make it to where this copyright claims board doesn't count. But they found a little glitchy loophole that they can, have a legal action pending through this copyright claims board. But the copyright claims board is voluntary. The person who you sue in, the defendant doesn't have to submit to the jurisdiction of the copyright claims court. The defendant can say, no, we going to court. Also, the copyright claims court or a board cannot litigate or adjudicate rather anything having to do with anything other than copyright. So you're going to see this guy is trying to get all kind of damages for all kind of crazy stuff. Has nothing to do with any of this. The copyright claims board doesn't have authority to do all of that, but it's a way to just hang up the process. So now this part of the video, the point and shoot video gets into that aspect of things here.
Website, a government website where you can sue people for $40 and you can just type in whatever the hell you want. It's like a self-service. There's no lawyers. It's just you fill out a form. And that's what Jala did to prove to YouTube that he sent the copyright strike in good faith. He's like, look, I'm actually suing him. And so at that point, YouTube, upon receiving that, they're legally required to keep the video down pending the outcome of the lawsuit. So this was Jala's way of proving to YouTube that he needed my personal.
Even just up till that point, right? This was like 8, 9 months ago, 10 months ago. Even just up to that point, it's just so infuriating because they are ganging up on and bullying him because of his protected speech. Oof, it gets worse.
Information for this filing that he did that he never followed through with. It got dismissed immediately because he didn't continue on with. I don't even think he paid the $40. I think the order said that he didn't pay for the application. He just got the little proof of filing and then he showed YouTube and then boom, he can't get in trouble for getting my information. So that's what he did. And I made a video about it. And the video was up for maybe a day and a half before it got stricken down by Troi Torain from the Star Report.
A new clown character enters the chat. Clown Torain. Clown Torain is now, okay, third person. I'm not going to say co-conspirator, co-civil conspirator. I'm not going to say that for sure. But he enters the chat. He enters the story. He comes on the scene. He should have sat there and ate his food. He should have sat there and played his game. But now he's been messing with my cousin for too long and I'm ready to say something. Who knows? Maybe I'll investigate something. I don't even know. Who knows? Who knows?
Information. So that's what he did. And I made a video about it. And the video was up for maybe a day and a half before it got stricken down by Troi Torain from the Star Report. And I want to explain why he sent me the copyright strike. So this guy sent me a copyright strike for criticizing him for sending false copyright strikes. What? I'm not kidding. That's exactly what is going on. And I learned about him strictly from my investigation of the Jala, because I was looking into Jala and I found that someone did the same thing to Jala. They gave him a copyright strike and then they followed up with a CCB filing. And I had a huge problem with this. I don't like false copyright strikes, period. I don't care if they're being used against my worst enemy.
So y'all see the switch up now. The same poison Jala was using against No Jumper got used against him. The same poison that Jala was using, it then got turned around and he got a strike. Now he's getting dragged into the CCB court. God don't like ugly. It catches up with you sooner than later.
Tolerate it. And so when I found out from the late night crew hosted by Deshae Hall Sr., who does a nightly show, he was covering this. Troi Torain suing Jala.
Troi Torain against Frederick Jala.
Jala.
Do you know who Frederick Jala is? Frederick Jala is Poetic Flacco that was on No Jumper. The nigga with the big thighs. The nigga that was rapping like Cookie Monster.
And I was infuriated by this. I was like, why is he sending Jala false copyright strikes? And so I brought it up in my video when I was criticizing Jala. And I said, and this guy's also sending false copyright strikes. And I just briefly mentioned Troi Torain and showed a picture of his YouTube channel. That's what he sent me a strike for. So, of course, I fight the strike.
So, again,
notification.
I think there were some liberties taken by the editing department. If you go over to Point and Shoot, you can see what this Clown Torain actually copyright struck. I just didn't want to put it over here for obvious reasons, but it was a picture of the front page of his YouTube channel. He copyright struck the public front page of his YouTube channel. Copyright struck the video. He's on a wild rampage. He's drunk with power. He is drunk with power. He is doing this to everyone that he feels like doing it to. Just wait. He makes a speech about it later.
And guess what? He follows through and does a CCB file. So now I got 2 CCB filings against me from 2 different people. And so I'm like, what
I
the
know this
fuck
feeling.
is going on? And so the more I tuned in for the late night crew, the more I learned about Troi Torain and how he controls all of YouTube. Basically, no one can use any of his content. Doesn't matter if it's fair use or not. He will send you a strike. This is what he's known for. He's known for bullying YouTubers with copyright strikes. This isn't up to him. But this is what he does, and he does it as an intimidation thing. He loves the power that he holds over people, that he gives strikes to.
Oh, that reminds me. Some of you are getting YouTube copyright strikes in the next 24 hours. Let me just write that down.
So,
Copyright. Oh yeah, you.
In Point and Shoot's video, you can actually see the face of the clown, and it's moving, and he's talking and all of that. I'm not putting it in my video for obvious reasons, but the voice is here, completely sufficiently transformed in every conceivable, perceivable way. And abuse of the copyright system will absolutely result in me getting my attorney's fees back. Ask the last people that try to abuse the legal system against me. Listen to him.
You're gonna pay.
Listen to him.
And if you try and dispute the strike,
For he's known for bullying YouTubers with copyright strikes. This isn't up to him, but this is what he does, and he does it as an intimidation thing. He loves the power that he holds over people, that he gives strikes to.
Oh, that reminds me. Some of you are getting YouTube copyright strikes in the next 24 hours. Let me just write that down. Copyright. Oh yeah, you're gonna pay. And if you try and dispute the strike, she's gonna make it stick, and then she's gonna charge you double. I'm just letting you know right now. Hold on a second. YouTube strikes will be issued Saturday around 12 noon. Or you gonna get a strike. I don't give a goddamn if you got 12 subscribers. You're gonna get a strike. On people that have been using my content for their.
It's like the Joker demon has completely possessed him, and I rebuke, absolutely rebuke. Nope. Return to sender. However, something's got hold of this man in the psyche, in the frontal lobe, spiritually, emotionally, perhaps gastrointestinally. I do not know. I rebuke. I absolutely do. But what in the hell? This man is cackling like the literal Joker. Oh my God, I rebuke. Help him, Lord. Help him, Lord.
Videos. And I think we're up to like maybe 23 copyright strikes. we giving out copyright strikes the last couple of days, more coming tomorrow. I don't want her audience over here. People get to doing too much with your content. Copyright strike. Pow!
So that's what he did to me. He sent me a copyright strike, and then I disputed it, and then he made it stick, so to speak, what he calls it, filing a CCB claim. And he wants $5,000 in damages for what I've done. So this guy's completely stupid. He's out of his mind. He's like 60-something years old. And I think that his mind is starting to go because, I mean, this is insane.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question about the mind is starting to go. Do you think the mind was ever had? Do you think the mind was ever under his full control ever at one point in his life? I don't think so. That's my opinion. I don't know. I don't know this man, and I hope never have to. All right. I rebuke.
Video about this. So now I'm criticizing him for sending me a copyright strike. And I make the video and I'm talking about his past when he made those threats against that little girl, which is why he got fired. He was he used to be a radio DJ on the East Coast back in the early 2000s.
We're entering into a whole new chapter of the story, y'all. Who is this freaking guy? You're going to learn right now. And it is stomach turning what this man stands accused of, and actually starts to make me wonder if these copyright strikes are just to make people not investigate this aspect of his story. But it's going to have the opposite of the intended effect, because now quite a few people are going to be looking at the story and asking questions. Remember that New York Times article, the photograph that he copyright struck Point and Shoot's channel for? The New York Times article that a photographer owns, he's claiming copyright ownership of another person's photograph, which is a work. Listen to what this guy was doing, what was being described in said article.
Threats against that little girl, which is why he got fired. He was he used to be a radio DJ on the East Coast back in the early 2000s, and he had a dispute. He had a rivalry with DJ Envy. And what Troi did was he started threatening DJ Envy's child with sexual assault, allegedly. I mean, this is from the New York Times. It says, "I'll come for your kids," Mr. Torain said.
This is a New York Times article. Now I have further transformed the picture so it cannot be confused for the original in any way, shape, or form. But look at what it says. I will come for your kids. He said, I will pay $500 to anyone who tells me where the little girl goes to school. He also used racial and sexual epithets about DJ Envy's wife, who is part Asian. That's what they say on the article. In an interview before his arrest, he sounded contrite. He said, I apologized. I'm a rational man. 42 years of age. What rational man would say something with the intent to do harm to a child? I don't know. It's a great question.
That day, adding that he would pay $500 to anyone who told him where the little girl attended school. Mr. Torain, who is black, also used racial and sexual epithets about DJ Envy's wife, Gia Casey, who is part Asian. This one says his remarks about DJ Envy.
It was really, really like low down insults too. It was like, I know that, racism is racism. Truly, I understand that. But like, there's levels. Like, it was like a particularly like, whoa, in my opinion.
Envy, a DJ for rival hip hop station Hot 97, and his family included "I will come for your kids" and a desire to do an R. Kelly to your little baby girl. That's fucking sickening. So he got fired and arrested for that, okay? And I was talking about this because I think that this is the thing that he's trying to suppress. He doesn't want people looking into him, I don't think. And that's why I think he sends cops.
He doesn't want people to look into this, you say? That's interesting. He doesn't want people to look into this, you think? It would be so interesting if someone were to investigate.
Copyright strikes to people like me that talk bad about him. He doesn't want new people that don't like him digging this stuff up, which is exactly what I've done. And so I made the video calling him out for sending.
I wouldn't say I don't like him. I don't know anything about him really other than what's being alleged in this video, but maybe it is worth looking into. I'll say that.
Me a copyright strike under false pretenses, and I made absolutely sure that I didn't use anything that he could claim ownership of. I only used newspaper articles and photos that I was certain that he did not have any copyrights to. And do you want to know what happened? He sent me a copyright strike anyways, even though he didn't own any of the stuff he was claiming ownership of. What? But because I was talking about all this stuff with his past, he had to get that video taken down. It doesn't matter if he owns the copyright or not. He's got to get it taken down. So he committed fraud and sent a fraudulent copyright takedown to YouTube under penalty of perjury. He did this. All because I was talking about his past. And in doing that, now I've looked into his full past. Now I'm like an expert on his entire career. I know how
that is not a place you want to be. That ain't a place you want to be on that list. Point and shoot as an expert on your whole career. Ruh-roh. Okay, so that being said, I mean, I don't know if he committed fraud or not. However, I'd certainly look forward to seeing what the court and other authorities might have to say about it. I am eyes and ears wide open for waiting for that update.
whole thing started. He's actually been talking about people's kids for a long time, allegedly. And apparently that's how the beef started between Troi Torain and DJ Envy, was because Troi Torain kept talking about people's kids.
Asking people at the hospital you were born in to send our medical records and to send the people at the hospital where he was born, please send the medical records and I'll give you money. No. I'll say allegedly because you have to nowadays. Yeah. He's saying that my son is Down syndrome, which even if he were, it's still like a kid. Like, don't be talking about kids. They didn't ask to be.
And this is after he did the everything, or this is before?
This is before. This is what started it. Weekend, Envy heard it and came in once again to my defense.
Right.
And was like, how dare he talk about Jalen and you like that, and the station run commercials and promos.
Right.
Envy goes, he goes on the mic the next break and breaks Star down.
Right.
And they're going back and forth with each other. And Star went further than he should have gone. And said something about Envy's daughter.
Star is the clown. That's one of his alter names. And she's talking about, an instance where he was kind of allegedly, I wasn't there, but she's describing an instance in her opinion that she saw that apparently, allegedly, according to her, this clown, he just went way too far. He went off talking about people's kids and stuff.
Wiping her mayonnaise and taking a bite out of it, allegedly. After that, Star got fired.
So Troi did not like me talking about this, I don't think. And that's why I think he sent me the copyright strikes for this publicly available photo that I got from this website. This is what he claimed in the copyright strike that he owned under punishment of perjury. He said, I own this and I am going to sue him for it. And then instead of bringing a new claim in the CCB against me.
Here's the copyright strike that he sent. So remember, this is like the third different person we've heard of in this video who sent a copyright strike for fair use, protected work material. So here come, clown Torain. He's coming through. He wants to do a copyright strike. It says he wants to give you an opportunity to resolve the issue before your video is removed. So it's a little warning. It's a warning shot. It's a copyright takedown request, not a strike. Okay. All right.
Infringement. He just shows YouTube the same receipt from the claim before for something completely different. But that's what this guy is doing. He's out of control. He knows that once he involves the CCB and makes a claim in the CCB, that YouTube has nothing to do with it anymore. And they have no way of stopping it because he swears under penalty of perjury he owns the stuff. So it's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? So I'm just like, fuck, I guess I got to wait it out. I got to wait out the 90-day service period where he has 90 days to serve me with the paperwork so that I can defend. And I knew that he was never going to do that. I knew that he never intended on actually suing me.
So basically, if the clown does nothing for 90 days, then it just falls away. And he did pretty much exactly nothing for 90 days. So then what else happens?
Just wanted to use this to keep the videos down, CCB. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just wait it out. In 90 days, the videos are coming back, whatever. So in a third video that had nothing to do with him, this was about Brick Baby going to jail. In the final 10 seconds of the video, I showed just a New York Times article and I mentioned Troi for like the closing seconds of the video. He sent me a strike. What? I'm like, so he's just going to be able to send me strikes for whatever he wants. He sent me a copyright strike under penalty of perjury for a New York Times article for 10
behavior that I feel like needs to be actually punished. Like, I feel like this is, I'm not even saying, oh, we need a new law. We need a new law so they can't. I'm pretty sure this already violates something. Okay. We just need people to enforce whatever it already is. This is bad faith use of the copyright takedown system. The whole reason that system exists at all is people to use in good faith and try to resolve your disputes before you have to get the law involved and all that. Kylie said using copyright strikes to control multiple narratives, please have several seats on a whole nother planet.
Seconds out of like a 23-minute video. What the fuck? So this is allowed. As long as he misrepresents in the CCB and tells YouTube that this is good faith, they just take his word for it. and there's nothing I can fucking do. Look at this. I'm going to play you the clip of the final closing seconds of that video, and this is what he sent me a strike for. This right here. But for now, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'm sorry about the wait. I'm in the middle of a legal battle with this 60-year-old gossip queen named Troi Torain, and something tells me that he's going to stop harassing me very soon. So thank you guys for watching.
So this is the thing that, you know, he's already been struck several times, 2 times by this Troi Torain guy, right? Or maybe 1 time. It's hard to even freaking keep up. It's just, he's just relentless. He's dealing with relentless copyright strikes. Boom, boom, boom. At any moment, your channel can get taken down, and then they're taking forever to resolve. It got so bad, and they bullied, in my opinion, Point and Shoot so badly that he had to hire a lawyer. It's crazy. Insane. This was the picture, again, with an AI mask on top, because don't freaking play with me. Do not play with me.
And I'll see you guys on the next one. So he sends me a strike for a couple seconds of a New York Times article that he has no ownership of. Claims infringement, lies to YouTube, and says that he's suing me in the CCB for this. And because of his actions, to this day, all 3 of the videos still remain down to this day. So I'm thinking like, wow, so someone can just take down my whole business, this channel that I've been building for years. Someone can just take it down. They can just remove content. They can do harm to my channel, all because of a fraud that they're openly and willfully committing. It's really, really bizarre that we live in a time on YouTube where this is allowed. And so it's just like, wow. So anyways, Shaheen from Dumb Down Law gets involved, and he actually tracks down and reaches out to the photojournalist who owns the photo that Troi claimed ownership of. And he was able to get me explicit written permission to use this photojournalist Hiroko's
So
work.
this other,
in
I guess,
my
YouTuber, but also a lawyer, Dumbed Down Law, he reached out to the original photographer that who owns the picture itself. And he said, hey, does this YouTuber have permission to use your photo? And she's like, I don't have to give him permission, as it is fair use, but hopefully to help your client overcome the claim made on this image, I Hiroko I can't, it's kind of blurry. Give your client permission to use the image in his video. Okay, so she even goes, so the original photographer who took the picture that day is like, yeah, no problem, use the picture. You could do that. It's as it is, fair use. But sure, if it helps, there you go.
even though it's fair use. She even says it's fair use. And so we sent this to Troi, and he didn't seem to really give a fuck because the claims are still in place. He's still holding my videos hostage based on a copyright assertion for something he doesn't own. So I'm thinking, okay, this guy's clearly out of his fucking... I mean, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. I'm just going to wait it out. I'm thinking he's not going to serve me with this. He's just going to... It's just going to get dismissed, and then I'll be able to get my videos back once it gets dismissed. So I wait the 90 days.
So he's like, I'm going to wait the 90 days.
It finally does get dismissed because
Troi dismissed. Cool.
Never served me, and so it got dismissed, right? Wrong.
Nope. What?
He, on the same day it got dismissed, he filed a new CCB claim.
That is
sickening.
sickening.
And then told YouTube that the lawsuit is still on. And that
is,
I mean,
sickening. Sickening. Detestable. Grotesque. Unacceptable. And I believe unlawful. I believe. Innocent till proven guilty. On the day that the copyright CCB thing expired and they dismissed it over there, he filed another unrelated new claim on the same video to take it down again for 90 more days. So he's just going to keep bad faith taken every time Point and Shoot mentions this. He's striking his videos. This affects his livelihood. It has obviously, it would for me, affected his health, his sense of safety, his mental health, his stability. This guy is trying to get restraining orders. Criminal type of allegations he's making, like saying as if Point and Shoot has done criminal things. This truly cannot be allowed to stand. This truly cannot be allowed to stand.
I don't even want to. It makes me sick just talking about it.
Me too.
To be 100% honest with you, it makes me sick to just think about this. And so YouTube accepts this new CCB claim as if it's this. I mean, it's just so stupid. Look at these are totally different claims.
Totally
he lists
different.
Totally different works in the. I mean, look at this. The top one is from before. The bottom one is the new claim. I mean, they're totally different claims. This isn't the same thing that's been reapplied. There's no mention of the Troi Torain arrested photo in this new claim either. So what's going on with this? Look at just how unhinged this is. Look at this description of harm suffered and relief sought.
Look at this. And the whole beef in the first place. The whole beef in the first place started because Point and Shoot was calling out the behavior of Clown Torain. Point and Shoot was saying Clown Torain does false copyright strikes, and he even does it against people who have done the same thing to me, and I still stand against it. It's so messed up. And then that put Point and Shoot on Troi Torain's hit list, YouTube hit list. Every time he mentions him, he's copyright striking, getting videos removed now. The first time he didn't remove it, he said he wanted to resolve it before removing it. But then he goes to this copyright claims board, so he has a legal thing. He fails to prosecute that entirely. He just sits on his ass. He's saying he don't even know if he paid the $40. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but it just went away. So he's like, Point and Shoot's like, cool, let me get my video back up. No, you can't do that. Guess why? This clown has copyright struck it again. 90 more days. What the hell? This cannot. He removed it after 7 days, after the 7. Right. Okay. So on the first one, it went away after 7 days. But then it ends up being a strike. So he did strike it eventually. But this is like slightly escalating tactics. And to me, I think this guy is threatening. Whenever he's out here saying, sounding like a Disney frog in a wig or whatever. A demon-possessed lunatic, I rebuke. In the name of the one true God. I do not know what got into this man, but it's not nothing good. Okay. He's sitting there laughing like a lunatic, saying, and if you try to fight the strike, doesn't that sound just like a freaking predator? In my opinion, if you try to fight the strike, I'm going to make sure it sticks. It sounds to me like it's been quite a while since this lunatic picked on somebody his own size. And now the cracks have begun to show. Now everybody knows the tactics. Now the misrepresenting behavior, we'll say, all the way up to possibly some might say fraudulent, but innocent till proven guilty behavior has just started to publicly, I think, catch up with the guy. It's not good timing, and it's most certainly not a good look.
Revenue, constant cyber harassment, unethical legal threats, overtime administration fees. What? I mean, look at all of this irrelevant bullshit damages that is not even copyright. And he's in the copyright claims board suing me for this. He wants $30,000 for infringement for what he said. Look, it says punitive damages, added security, injunctive relief in the maximum amount of $30,000. The guy's out of his mind. He's an old kook.
Put one in the chat if Lima Yevremovich herself wrote this. I mean, it was giving me flashbacks. I had PTSD flashbacks reading this bull crap. Bull crap. This man said what he said about a little baby girl, allegedly, according to that New York Times article. He said what he said about a little baby girl, and he can't handle somebody saying he does false copyright strikes. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, that somebody ain't never been told no in quite some time. That's somebody whose hard drives you might need to check. Where's the accountability?
So I'm like, why would he do this? What kind of a moronic idiot would do this? It's just going to get dismissed again. I'm like, this isn't a very good idea long term. You know what I mean? This is just prolonging the inevitable. The videos are coming back. I'm thinking this guy's just desperate. And he was desperate because what he did next was he filed a federal protective order because he thought that if he gets a court order.
Put a 2 in the chat if this reminds you of something that I've been through at the hands of the Lima Yevremovich and crew. When they don't win the one way and it's not going to work that way, then all of a sudden, I got police officers with guns and bulletproof vests banging on my door with this bullshit restraining order. These people should be in jail for filing false restraining orders, in my opinion. But they didn't put me in charge. Y'all better be freaking happy.
For me to not communicate with him directly or indirectly, that I won't be able to talk about him, and that he can tell YouTube that it's not a copyright matter anymore. It's a legal matter.
This is un-American.
There's a court order.
This is un-American behavior. This is so un-American that it's like, then go live somewhere else. It is the First Amendment. We get to criticize public figures. Get over it. Y'all are just freaking babies. Whiny crybabies. Whiny, bitching, crying babies. I don't want Point and Shoot to make a video about me. That is what y'all look like. And you are grown men. Wow. This is freaking embarrassing. And anti-American. Where's my flag? I rebuke. I absolutely rebuke. This is not acceptable behavior. And if you don't like the First Amendment and free speech, you are welcome to get the out. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's too much. First, I went through it. Now I'm seeing other people going through it. When are people going to stand up and say enough? When are our leaders and our legislators going to stand up and say enough? When are the law enforcement officers, when are the judicial officers going to stand up and say, no, you're going to actually, this is ridiculous. You've lied to the court, 10 days in jail. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. Stop trying to steal, and that's exactly what it is, our free speech. The more you try, the more we're going to speak. The more of us you silence, the more of us you create. Welcome to it.
That protects him from my videos and my speech. And so this is what he's trying to do to get YouTube to keep the videos down, is apply a protective order and tell YouTube that he is being protected against me physically. So this is his new plan. He's going to try to get a court order against me. And so what he did was he filed this restraining order in North Carolina, where I would never go. That's across the country. That's on a whole different coast. So he thought that I wouldn't show up for it and he'd get a default judgment. And that
anyone who has ever been a victim or affected by a stalker ought to be freaking insulted. Non-consensual sexual conduct. I will remind you, what is the big crime? What is the big problem? That Point and Shoot said, this guy is given false copyright strikes and it's messed up. He needs to stop. The man needs to have his number pulled for some accountability. Legally.
The judge would just give Troi whatever he wanted. So I did actually respond to this bullshit protective order, and I addressed the court in this motion for a continuance. I wanted time because I was going to go down there. I was going to go fight. You know, I got a paramedic license. I got things going on. I can't have protective orders on me. So I was going to get dragged across the country, and I was going to go. But I needed a little bit of time, and I wanted the court to know how stupid this was. So I wrote this motion. And it reads, I, Michael Winters, respectfully request a continuance so that I'm able to seek proper legal counsel. And
this is his letter. He's asking for extra time. He's like, I need extra time, and he gives his reasons. It's a very, very good letter, so I'll let him read it. He writes to the judge.
And I addressed the court in this motion for a continuance. I wanted time because I was going to go down there. I was going to go fight. You know, I got a paramedic license. I got things going on. I can't have protective orders on me. So I was going to get dragged across the country, and I was going to go. but I needed a little bit of time and I wanted the court to know how stupid this was. So I wrote this motion. And it reads, I, Michael Winters, respectfully request a continuance so that I'm able to seek proper legal counsel and prepare my defense for this hearing. I have evidence to show that the plaintiff is using the court as a tool to silence my First Amendment right.
Period.
The plaintiff is a public figure who does not like to be criticized by the media or any content creators. So he uses legal processes as a tool to censor his critics. Any contact I've had with the plaintiff was over 3 months ago and was directly related to an ongoing copyright dispute. I have made 0 threats against him. The evidence will clearly show that his claims are extremely exaggerated and meritless. The plaintiff is hoping that because I live in California and have no contacts in North Carolina, that the burden of travel and lodging expenses would make it unlikely that I would be able to attend this hearing in person. The plaintiff is clearly hoping for a default judgment in his favor, and you guys basically get the point. I was signaling to the court that this is bullshit in this motion for a continuance, and it worked out beautifully. The whole thing was thrown out and dismissed, denied, dismissed.
Perfect.
It says the plaintiff has failed to prove grounds
And
for
that's
a
what
no.
happened as well with my most recent, in my opinion, fraudulent and vexatious, malicious, false, full of freaking lies, BS restraining order. But that didn't stop me from having to come out of my pocket, find another lawyer, go get them caught up all over again, go through the trauma and the turmoil and the sleepless nights and the stress, put off my wedding even further. I mean, they love it. They love it. That's why I stopped even complaining about it, because that's their favorite freaking thing. Donate to the legal fund down below because I still have a lot of money to pay if you are so inclined. But it was dismissed just like this. Where's the claim? Where's the stalking? What do you mean non-consensual eschewal? What are you talking about?
Contact order. And I think this is what the judge said. Parties are involved in copyright dispute in another court. Parties are also involved in a dispute with YouTube. Defendant is located in California and the electric communications received by the court derived from an entity, blah, blah, blah. It got dismissed. It's over. This is over. But I fear that he's just going to refile it again like he did with the CCB thing. He's just going to keep refiling it because this is what he does.
I also think,
and because on the day of this hearing,
once you yourself are like known in any group as somebody who has said those types of heinous, unforgivable things about a little innocent girl, little innocent baby girl, I think it's just like maybe something happens to you where you just want to bring everyone else into that too. It's like, no, you're the criminal. You're the criminal. You're the criminal. Sir, let's not start comparing rap sheets. We've been down this road recently.
he emailed me and threatened to do it. Again, he threatened to refile a restraining order unless I came to terms. And those terms were to remove all videos about him.
What?
This email is from Troi Torain.
Another exact same thing that happened to me. I didn't even tell y'all about this most recent one. The most recent one, exact same thing happened. The judge was like, this is not cyber stalking. So I don't know if y'all want to go and maybe do like a set, like try to get settled, try to work it out or whatever. I wasn't in court that day. So my lawyer brings this to me. He's like, all right, I talked to the other side's lawyer and they said, they're willing to not prosecute as long as you take down the videos about the person. I'll just let y'all imagine how y'all think that went over with me. Okay, it did not. It did not. I did not come this far to just do a little settlement out of the thing. But it is, in my opinion, a type of a threat. It's like, oh, look, we could just be done with this if you just take all your videos down about me and you just stop talking about me. No is the answer. You're going to have to pry my First Amendment right, which is God-given, out of my cold or warm, dead fingers, and it better be quick because I'm on the way to the crematorium. I'm packed up, I'm prayed up, I'm ready to go up. If you want to stop me from talking, you're going to have to take my life. I'm prepared to give it. Give me liberty or give me death. Bang, bang. 11 and a half toes down. Run and tell that to the other side. Thank you for your time. Good night.
The morning of the hearing when he got denied and dismissed. He says, Michael Winters, I tried to call you from the courthouse on your 916 number, but a female answered and said she's never heard of you. Anyways, the judge was very accommodating and asked me if I wanted to proceed with the hearing. He stated that your
This
motion for a continuance
is an email or some type of communication, I believe email, on the dead homies. On the dead homies on my dead daddy. Huh? And guess what? Guess who taught me that? Him. Now he fully possesses me at times like this. Oops. I know I don't negotiate. It's not up for negotiation. I have a God-given right to say what I want, about what I want, when I want, where I want, how I want. I agree to certain rules and regulations on my speech. I'm not going to go make boom boom threats as a prank or a joke in a crowded theater, for example. Beyond that, no is the answer, and it's going to keep being the answer. I've been poor, I'll be poor again. I'll go bankrupt, I don't care. If it comes down to me having to stop saying what I'm allowed to say, so be it. So be it. I'll be posted up at the National Forest in a tent or something, okay? I'll be at my mama's house. Okay, listen. So the restraining order gets dismissed basically because the judge is like, they already got a thing going on somewhere else. This isn't even really the proper jurisdiction. There's a bunch of reasons. And it's dismissed. But look at this email this guy sends. Look at the email that the clown sends to Point and Shoot. He said, I tried to call you from the courthouse at your number, but a female said she never heard of you. Anyway, the judge was very accommodating and asked me if I wanted to proceed with the hearing. He stated that your motion for continuance was improperly filed and he denied it. Well, yeah, okay, he denied it, but he dismissed the whole thing. So it was denied as moot. He also said he would not allow you a Zoom hearing if I chose another continuance. In addition, he said if I drop or dismiss the case today, I can refile it again next week. And that's what they always try to do to me. They refile, they appeal, they're going to keep losing. It's just to torture you. It's just to torture you and get their perceived lick back. In spite of your demeanor, he says, empty legal threats. This is the clown writing. And sick family member, I decided to show you some mercy in court. He just lost. He just lost. Something is wrong with the frontal lobe. Something's wrong with the soul. Something's wrong with the Atman. Something's wrong with him. I decided to show you mercy after I sued you for unwanted sexual contact for making a video. What does a person have to go through in their life to become this afflicted? To become this demented? This detestable, grotesque, degenerated? What has to happen to a person? I don't want to fathom it. But maybe they need to go live on their own island. People who can say stuff like, I showed you mercy, after relentlessly harassing using the legal system for like months and months. This is so sick, and I rebuke. In spite of your demeanor, empty legal threats, and sick family member. Well, I guess them legal threats wasn't too empty, were they? Huh? Somebody's getting sued in federal court. I decided to show you some mercy. Some mercy. He better be lucky I'm showing him some mercy right now. Amen. Huh? He said the question now, what do you want to do? Look at this Joker. Look at the Riddler. This is him, riddling. What do you want to do? The demon has taken full effect. Full possession mode. You and I have never had a gentleman's conversation. Maybe because you were acting like a bitch. Oh, did I say that? I sure did. I'm not sorry either. You and I have never had a gentleman's conversation. So maybe you don't understand my position. I'm not tripping. You tripping. You trip so hard. You trip so hard. I'm not tripping about being criticized. I just don't want to be involved with goofy tension on social media. I don't want to have no goofy tension. I want to do the baby. I just don't want no goofy tension. Please, Daddy, stop talking about me. I don't want no goofy. It's goofy. It's goofy. It's not about the criticism. It's just I don't want it to be goofy. You're being mean to me. It's goofy. I'm also not going to let you make threats or try to disrupt my business because of your issues with no jumper. Last I checked, you were the one filing the copyright strikes. Wait till y'all see how no jumper loops back in. He's saying it right here. I don't want no part of your beef with no jumper. You goofy, it's goofy. Wah. No part of your beef with no jumper. And despite the fact he's been acting like a little bitch, he now wants to have a gentleman conversation. And I agree. Nobody should be making threats. Never would. Never would. But he's like, I don't want to get dragged in. I'm going to get dragged in. If you want to get a lawyer and hash this out for another 4 months, let me know. I'll refile the paperwork at no cost. A threat. Shut up or else. Shut up or else. Meanwhile, the shit has already been dismissed. There's nothing pending. So is this fraud? I don't know, but I would absolutely love it if anybody of authority would investigate. And let me know. And let me know. If you want to act like an adult and move on with your life, I suggest removing all post. Sir, if you would have stayed a little bit longer in middle school, you would have known that an S goes at the end of that word. Don't send no goofy, bitchy, false email and can't spell. Posts. Plural. Posts. All post? That's what you look like. Talking about a gentleman conversation. All post. Remove all post about me. You wanted to be taken seriously? LOL. LOL.
Was improperly filed and he denied it. He also said he would not allow you a WebEx hearing if I choose another continuance. In addition, he said if I drop or dismiss the case today, I can refile it again next week. Note, in spite of your demeanor, empty legal threats, and sick family member, respectfully, I decided to show you some mercy in court. The question is now, what do you want to do? You and I have never had a gentleman's conversation, so maybe you don't understand my position. I'm not tripping about being criticized. I just don't want to be involved with goofy tension on social media. There's no benefit. I'm also not going to let you make threats or try to disrupt my business because of your issues with no jumper. If you want to get a lawyer and hash this out for another 4 months, let me know and I'll refile the paperwork at no cost. If you want to act like an adult and move on with your life, I suggest removing all posts and videos about me. What? So he's threatening to refile the restraining order that just got denied and dismissed from across the country, mind you. He's threatening that if I don't take the videos down where I criticize him for doing this exact thing, which is sending people false copyright strikes and false legal processes, that he's just going to continue to harass me with the legal system until the end of time. So I'm basically faced with this adversary that's just going to nonstop continue to file things on me that have no merit. This is what I'm fucking dealing with, okay? And I mean, if people think that it's no big deal to get served with a restraining order, then try it sometime. Let me know how it makes you feel. Now, this next part that I want to share with you guys is actually fucking amazing. I can't believe that I stumbled across. I mean, this fell into my lap like a gift from God.
Look at it.
So I want to explain what happened. So We Starvin, also known as Guilty on the internet, he's one of ADAM22's old neo-Nazi trolls that he used to be friends with. He used to have like a group chat with him, I think, or something like that. Anyways, this guy has since turned on the 16 and is no longer for him. He's against him. And he's like exposing the 16 with all these old screenshots and stuff and shit like that. And so he posts this and it says, can you find a clip of point and shoot filming outside the building? Star is asking for it. Star meaning Troi Torain. What? So I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, so are these doctored up? Are these real or fake? And then I look up at the top and it says June 16th. And June 16th was only 4 days after Troi went to the courthouse and filed a restraining order against me. So for him to be asking for footage of me filming outside the No Jumper building.
Do y'all see what we are looking at? Do you appreciate the gravity? Do you remember how this all started? The 2 copyright strikes. The 2 copyright strikes from ADAM22, Grand Mason of Nashua, whose daddy or uncle or whatever was pardoned by Bill Clinton, and Poetic Flocka or whatever. Who cares about what his real name is? I don't even know. Okay. But the two copyright strikes is where it all started. And then the 3rd copyright strike from the 3rd person that filed one was Troi. And it was in response to Point and Shoot saying he's filing false copyright strikes. And now he just keeps filing false copyright strikes allegedly. Some text messages leaked. Somebody, Adam Grand Mason 16. I mean, you will be demised by the company you keep or uplifted by them. Hang around with degenerates, you get degenerated. That's how it works. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch type of thing. All right. You are an average of the 5 people you talk to the most. That's why I talk to the Lord the most. Okay. So here it is, somebody Adam thought was his friend leaking text messages. And what did the text messages say, you might be asking? Well, look, he's asking June 16th to this guy. Can you find the clip of Point and Shoot filming outside the building, which he's allowed to freaking do? He's allowed to film outside that building. It's a public building. You can film it. Star is asking for it. Star. Clown Torain is asking for it. ADAM22, Grand Mason, I Rebuke of Nashua. Do you have a picture of Point and Shoot outside the studio so I could send it to Star, who is actively trying to silence? Could it be that Adam was trying to could it be that maybe Adam was trying to silence Point and Shoot, but he didn't want to put his face, his name, his channel on the front line of it, so he enlisted perhaps somebody else? I'm wondering if these are questions that'll be asked in the deposition. I'm looking forward to reading the transcript for sure. For sure. A public record. And I will buy it with my own money. Don't worry about sending it to me, Point and Shoot. I'm going to buy it. There's another text message. Star basically gave me, this is in May, gave me the rundown on copywriting our content so we can effectively take down Point and Shoot's content. So we can illegally and unlawfully bully and silence somebody who's doing nothing other than engaging in First Amendment protected activity. And you know how I know Adam knows it? There's receipts in this video. We'll get to them. He knows how the copyright system works. Yes, he does. He's explained it to people before. He's even told people before, like the likes of DJ Vladimir. He's even told him before on a video how it works. You can't just go copyright striking everything. And here's DJ Vladimir going, we'll see, in his freaking dollar store Fendi. Off the rack.
That's 100% believable. Does that make sense? He's trying to get evidence to show that I have stalking tendencies. So he wants, I mean, that's incredibly coincidental for those dates to be to match up perfectly. I mean, this was months ago.
It was at their store.
And look at
it wasn't even their stupid recording studio. It wasn't even their stupid recording studio. It was a store. That seems like gang stalking. Can you find me a picture of him outside the building? Can you get me his geolocation coordinates? This is why I'm never going to that degenerated studio. I'm never going to that store if I can help it. If I'm in there, somebody call the cops because I've been kidnapped. I'm being held against my will. They might have gave me scopolamine. It ain't me. They cloned me. Something else is going on because I ain't going in that store or around it. Can you give me a picture? Can you give me a picture? Lima's looking for it. Like, ew. Ew. Go away. Scurry back to whence you came. Ugh.
And copywriting our content so we can effectively take down point and shoot content. There it is. And it says he even did it for us. So all we got to do is file the strike. So he's filling out the stuff. He's giving them a custom template on how to do it. I mean, look at these
filling out. If you remember when I made that video, like almost a year ago, 10 months ago, about no jumper copyright claiming and striking the video, I said, who has permission? Who can log in and do a copyright strike? Because you can't just say you own something and say you're filing a copyright claim on the behalf of somebody else. That's illegal. So I was like, who did it? Because all of a sudden, Adam Grand Mason 16 is going to start copyright striking stuff? I don't think so. All of a sudden, well, he sounded like he learned it. He learned it from a new pal. He did it for us. So we just got to file the strikes. He filled out the CRB stuff. All we got to do is file the strikes. So why? So we can get everybody's so we can get everybody's content taken down that uses it, so we can finally stand up for ourselves and assert our copyrights? No. So what? Read it together with me, with the class. So we can effectively take down one specific person's voice. Just one. Not everybody. Not any and everybody. Not, I'm going to do it so that we can effectively litigate our copyright disputes in this court instead. No, none of that. So we can shut up, point and shoot. So we can shut him up. We got to get this guy off the internet. We got to get his channel took down. We got to get him in criminal trouble. Troi already filled it out. All we got to do is strike him. I rebuke.
claims. So what you're looking at are the copyright claim descriptions, and they're nearly identical. One is from No Jumper, the other from Troi Torain, but they were written seemingly by the same person. And so if you ask me, it looks like there's some collusion going on, some conspiring to commit fraud against me going on. Because the 16 knows about fair use. For the 16 to be involved in this, allegedly, if this is true, and the 16 is involved in this, he's knowingly committing fraud under the DMCA. I mean, he knows fair use. He knows fair use better than a lot of people.
Make the visuals like not as claimable. I mean, technically it's fair use.
Yeah.
But if they claim your shit, then you got to wait through that whole fucking legal process. So I just don't want to deal with that shit.
I hope I did not just do that. Every time I've ever done that, it's been basically you just like wait like 2 weeks or whatever for them to like basically file a legal complaint against you. And if they don't, then you get to keep it. I've been through that process a few times for the fair use type shit, and it seems like it's usually pretty smooth.
The legal team he pays or something, they copyright strike the video, which to me, I very much dislike. Number one, I hate people who can't handle criticism.
I hate people who, no offense to Bam and Kevin, but I hate people who abuse the copyright or the fair use shit. Like that's just that as a creator, you should just.
He hates people that abuse the copyright fair use shit, so he has Troi fill it out so he can do the strikes and get point and shoot's voice took. Huh. Interesting. And freedoms and liberties, God-given, protected by the Constitution. And Adam hates people that do that. Well, he must hate himself. Well, that was clear. We didn't really need a declaration on that one.
Ever cross that line, etc. Recently, we've seen them, controversial because of, fair use, trying to get people's videos taken down, etc.
I'm not going to play because even though it's fair use, they're totally going to get us, but he just gives the craziest rant. And
see the Lil Xan one.
The video that Sonny made about Lil Xan.
That was so good.
It's
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
100% No Jumper clips.
From beginning to end.
I'm not a buster, so I'm not going to claim it, but I was a little bit like, wow,
what?
My life's work.
You would do that?
No.
I'm about to say,
it's still fair use, even if it's like a little excessive.
I think
what we're doing is infringement.
Have you considered going the legal route against him? It's fair use, right? He just included it in the song.
Wait, he might try to sue you for but no, he did say Corbucci Bear wasn't his, but it is. But
this is fair use.
Yeah, fair use.
Or the pages, whatever, that their sole purpose is to kind of hate on No Jumper. That genre to me are the most unbalanced.
But yet,
you know what I'm saying? The genre to me is the most unbalanced. He is afflicted with the same demon as Steve-O. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You're never going to convince me he's not a federal asset in some way. Informant, agent, I don't know. I'll call them spook in my mind. The people who only want to hate on us, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Those people, those are the most nefarious type of. Shut up. Shut up. You are a grown-up man. An embarrassment. Shut up. This man, spook, made sexually harassing comments in my direction and about me. He said that I should go over there for an interview and do grotesque, unconsented, sexual acts. And he has the nerve. That's how I know they got to be possessed by demons, because it ain't a man. It most certainly isn't man behavior. He's saying the most nefarious kind of content is content that wants to criticize these easily criticizable buffoons. This one right here is federally incarcerated, getting all wound up with a gang RICO. Okay, that's the content y'all are making. And the most nefarious kind of content, according to this spook, is the criticism of this. Girl, we are living in hell, and it's upside down. It's opposite day everywhere you freaking go. It's just, I'm not going to be convinced that this is normal. You're never going to convince me that this is okay. No. Ugh.
They are great. He might try to sue you for but no, he did say in court Bucci Bear wasn't his, but it is. But
This is fair use.
yeah, fair use.
That or the pages, whatever, that their sole purpose is to kind of hate on No Jumper. That genre to me are the most unbalanced.
But yet I don't take their videos down like our friend Sharp, who apparently found, because that video he got taken down, that was not like so offensive that it deserved to be taken down.
He literally just gave a timeline of what happened.
Yeah, and a huge part of that video is like the person actually creating content and speaking and adding their own thoughts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's using clips from No Jumper in your stream or whatever, but it is fair use. Like you are, by getting that taken down, you are abusing the fair use system.
So the 16 by his own admission.
I am so distracted by whatever Brick Baby is doing. Is he ordering Starbucks? I got so distracted. Yeah, so obviously Adam knows about fair use and what it is. He knows how it works. He's done many analyses over the years, obviously, as we've just seen on it.
Is abusing the fair use system. I mean, he's the one doing this. He's signing the paper. I mean, look at this. It says right here, Adam Grand Mason. Who? So is someone else forging this? If so, that needs to be addressed, because, I mean, I'm holding you responsible. You're the owner of the channel. You should know what's going on with your channel, cuck. Do you understand? You're not going to pawn this off onto Sassy Josh and have him take the blame for it. You fucking did this. Your name's right there. This is your channel. You are involved. Do you understand? And I'm always going to win, and I'm always going to be here, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? And this goes for fucking anyone too. DJ Vlad, you want to fucking go? You want to go to court with me about fair use? This guy DJ Vlad's so fucking stupid. I can't stand when people tell me that he's smart. Greed doesn't equal smart.
Say it one
Just
time.
because you're rich from profiting off of others.
Freaking time. Anybody wearing off the rack Fendi golf shirt told me everything I need to know about whether or not they're smart. Okay. First of all, it looks synthetic. Okay. First of all, check your sperm count. It looks synthetic. You paid $4,000 for a shirt that's synthetic. I hope not. I hope it's linen. I truly do. I truly do. Okay. Anybody got that much gray hair and still wearing a ponytail mohawk, you're telling on yourself. All right. Listen, the man can do what he wants. All right. I'll give him one compliment. He knows how to take care of the beard. He needs to catch everything else up with the beard. But you know, my dad, I mean, sometimes he kind of haunts me a little. He kind of possesses me a little. And I'm hearing his voice in my mind, reminding me, you can tell about a person, a man in particular, by looking at their hands. These are money changer hands. All right. These are white collar hands. Okay. And where I come from, it's not that respectable to be wearing the synthetic off the rack Fendi with the money changer hands. Okay. Go work somewhere. Go get a callus, lift a weight. Do anything else before you want me to respect you as a grown-ass man. Please. The man is clearly in his maybe, what, 50s? Could be 60 or something. I don't know. The soft-handed men need to stop being in charge of everything right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry. I think that might be what we're missing. If you know what I'm saying, okay? These men out here that don't do or create really very much, have you learned anything from this man? He's barely even on the camera. And when he is, I'm actually insulted and offended and could do without it, okay? So all that to say, the reason I'm saying this is because this man is a bully with the copyright claims. He wouldn't even have a freaking channel. I tell you one thing, I can talk about anything. I got an email from a YouTube AI, whatever, video QQ, whatever it is, one of those services today, fussing at me. The robot was fussing because I need to pick a niche. I need to pick a genre. Shut up. I deleted it. Shut up. No. I could frolic. I could sing a song. I could do whatever I feel like, and people are going to come watch me. People like Soft Hands right here, they have to use other people. They have to. And before anybody, including DJ Vladimir, wants to say, then why don't I go and do that? Because y'all have invoked my dharmic duty by messing with my cousin. I don't talk about DJ Vladimir until he comes into my purview. Listen how disgusting he is when he talks about this.
You fucking did this. Your name's right there. This is your channel. You are involved. Do you understand? And I'm always going to win, and I'm always going to be here, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? And this goes for fucking anyone too. DJ Vlad, you want to fucking go? You want to go to court with me about fair use? This guy DJ Vlad's so fucking stupid. I can't stand when people tell me that he's smart. Greed doesn't equal smart. Just because you're rich from profiting off of others doesn't mean that you're smart. And he's very stupid. He doesn't understand the law. Listen how stupid DJ Vlad is.
I'm not trying to hide the truth. I'm just protecting my content. You can make as many videos talking shit about me as you want, but you're not going to use my content in the process.
But there's some amount of your content being used by other people that should be under the category of fair use. Don't you agree?
There should, and we allow under a minute. If you want to use under a minute.
Than a minute seems a little egregious.
We'll allow it. We'll allow you to use your God-given, inalienable right. When I think about collectively what America's citizens, all of us, have had to go through, our genealogies, all the shit that our people, our ancestors, including people who are here themselves, who had to come from another place and overcome insurmountable adversity. All of this to live in the land of the free, only to have DJ fucking Spook Vladimir say they'll let me exercise a God-given, inalienable, constitutionally protected right? Ha! Ha!
Minute, you keep our logo, you don't put some other logo on top of the shit, and that's usually the thing. People will crop out your logo, put their own logo on it, and then just use it.
So Vlad reminds me of Troi so much with this explanation of how it's like, oh, you're not going to use my content to criticize me with it, even though that's the essence of fair use. He's so fucking dumb. It's like, do any lawyers want to explain this to him? I mean, it drives me fucking nuts.
It does.
Probably could have skated by on claiming it was fair use.
No,
but
I would have sued him.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I would have sued him.
Respect.
Yeah. In fact, I remember, I'm so sick of people using my video with Ari Spears showed up in the Netflix documentary for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
Okay, and you sued?
No, but I'm about to. I made sure after that, I hired someone to make sure that all my stuff now is copyrighted.
Somebody get the man a lozenge. Get the man a neti pot. Somebody get the man a sinus cleanse. He needs one of those kettles. Okay. It's insufferable. I don't want to hear him and I don't want to see him. Some people should not be seen and they should also not be heard. This is two of them right here. Why? Why are these freaks being allowed to roam on the loose and bully us? Why? ADAM22 Grand Mason of Nashua, whose daddy or uncle or who freaking ever was besties with Bill Clinton, had Lima on his platform too to talk shit about me. And it was lies. And it was lies. Why are these people free roaming around? People like that should be locked up. That's what Adam said about me. Because they're sick in the fucking head. That's what he said about me. Meanwhile, look at him entertaining this soft-handed money changer with the Cartier watch and the synthetic off-the-rack Fendi. I'm repulsed. I'm repulsed.
Copyright office.
Okay.
So everything is now copyrighted. So the next person to use my shit is going to end up in court.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you own it, if it's registered, if it's copyrighted. It doesn't matter. It's called fair use. Look it up. He thinks that registering his work with the Copyright Office means that you can't do fair use anymore. It's so stupid.
It's so
Does
stupid.
someone want to, get involved here?
I
and
know what
enlighten
it
this
was.
fucking
I know
idiot?
what it was.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, actually, it's two options. One, freaking Troi somehow figured out this little hack, this little glitch, which is not going to be a long-term solution. I can promise you that. Now there's going to be a lawsuit. Either he told them about it and they all got excited about it and thought that they had a little hack, or they know exactly what they're saying is not enforceable. I'm going to sue them. Next person use my stuff, I'm going to sue them. Maybe they actually know, like they're probably not going to do that, but maybe it's to scare people to what's that word? Chill speech. Do we need to pull DJ Vladimir in on it? I don't know. Do we need to get his text messages searched to see if he's been talking to Clown, Torain, or whatever his name is? And to think that all of this could have been avoided if he would have just took his lick 10 months ago, nobody would even freaking remember. It always comes back around. Justice does not withhold its desserts on people, okay? Eventually it comes back around. Yes, it does.
same way people protect their music and, you can't sample their shit. You can't just use my shit.
We can just use your shit.
We can. Actually, we can. Actually, we can anytime we want to, first of all. And second of all, commentary on music is allowed too. And there's a whole bunch of stuff happening right now, probably behind the scenes, but most certainly in front of the scenes that we can see as the public. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening right now that is, these music labels are getting in trouble. All of this is starting to hit the fan. Y'all have bullied people for long enough, and it's just a little bit too late to jump on the bandwagon now, soft hands. It's a little bit too freaking late. Go dig a hole. Go weld something. It'll probably help your hormonal balances.
We don't need your permission, and we don't need to talk nice about you either.
Nope.
Okay.
But I know you've. I heard you speak something about it where it's a little bit upsetting to you that people make whole little documentaries misrepresenting you and acting like you're this piece of shit, and they use your footage, and it's fair use, so you can't really do a whole lot about it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't do shit.
There's got to be a way. Sooner or
Look
later.
how the demon.
There's got to be a way.
It's the same demon that possessed that Troi. What is so goddamn funny? What is so funny? We'll see. Drinking the BPAs straight out of the bottle. Okay. It explains the frontal lobe for sure, the synthetic fabrics and the BPAs by choice, because this man got more money than probably most of us in the chat.
Shut the fuck up. What? So anyways, I want to wrap this thing up, but I want to show you this clip of MacWop confronting the 16 back when he sent me my first copyright strike from No Jumper. And this is what the 16 had to say. He said that he thinks that anyone should be able to criticize anyone on the internet. Listen to this.
What's up with my point and shoot? Y'all trying to clip my page. What's going on with that, man? Free point and shoot. He's saying you and Flacco after.
Cool. Someone actually called him out on a podcast and said, why are you trying to take down Point and Shoot's videos? What are you doing? I like his videos. I like those videos. Why are you trying to take him out? Listen what ADAM1622 Grand Mason of Nashua says.
trying to strike him down.
I know
bro. We love that content.
Flacco did something. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I have no clue what's going on.
You never strike point and shoot either?
No.
Okay, shout out point and shoot.
I have watched videos that he's made about other people that I found very amusing. I don't really watch his videos about me, so I don't really know what he says. But I mean, I've seen a little bit over the years. I support everybody talking about whatever, but I don't begrudge anybody the ability to make videos about me.
So there you have it. A lot of damning stuff in this video, if it's all true. I mean, we're going to find out because so this is an announcement that I want to make. I am suing Troi Torain in federal court for sending false copyright strikes. Suing him. It's literally happening. I'm suing Troi Torain. He's going to be the defendant and I'm going to be the plaintiff. And I can't wait to get these damages taken care of and to get injunctive relief from the court so that he can't continue to harass me with the legal process anymore. It's detrimental to my health and to my well-being, So I'm very excited about my upcoming lawsuit in federal district court. And it's just going to be an amazing time to be able to defend myself because I can't fucking do it anymore. I get sick to my stomach just even thinking about making a video. Anytime I'm sitting at my desk, I'm, there's something in the back of my mind, like, oh, you got to go to North Carolina to talk to the judge for doing absolutely nothing wrong. And, your videos.
I know the feeling. I know it firsthand. I know it personally. And just as soon as you win one, just as soon as you get awarded some fees, boom, here's some other crap that you never could have possibly even fathomed. These people are creative. I'll tell you that. In their debauchery and degeneracy. I will tell you that.
Keep getting taken down. You can't make videos about a certain person. He's in control. I can't do it. So for my mental health and to preserve, to not burn out and to not just up and quit, I've decided to just take it easy and just go day to day. So, I mean, I hope that's good enough for you guys. I mean, I got to be in a good mood to do these videos. I have to be myself. I have to be feeling myself. I can't be feeling anxious or worried about legal stuff all the time. It's not good. Stress is a killer. And so far, these guys are winning. They've gotten absolutely nothing. They've had zero repercussions for their actions. And I've been getting punished repeatedly over and over again. Well, that stops now because I've got the dopest lawyer in the world. It's going to be fucking sweet. I'm going to be a plaintiff in a lawsuit, and it's all in the name of justice. So thank you guys for hanging in there and staying supportive of me. Shout out to the Patreon. I got the Bucci Bear coverage coming. I got the Jala stuff coming. Everyone wants to know about Jala's weight loss.
Jala is my real name.
That's coming to Patreon. A lot of the fun stuff is coming back to Patreon first, and then I'm going to ease back into YouTube once I assert my rights in court. So thank you guys again. I love you guys so much for your continued unwavering support, and I'll see you on the next one.
Well, I'm aggravated. I'll tell you that. I'm aggravated. This is the most detestable, un-American, deplorable behavior. It's anti-American. It's anti-free speech. It's also, I also think it's just always so stupid whenever people who make their living talking about other people try to silence other people. Like, it would be one thing if he was suing for defamation, if Troi, was suing for defamation and he actually had claims and he was bringing them to court. This is bad faith. This is bad faith. This is in no way good faith. This is to silence him. And actually, you know what? Now, after I've watched this video, it does seem like actually Mr. Clown, Troi Rain, didn't want people to look into what he had said about DJ Envy's baby daughter. Something about wanting to, quote, R. Kelly on the baby daughter. Something about offering somebody, anybody, $500 to tell him where the baby girl went to school. Detestable. I can actually see why he wouldn't want people to be talking about it. But the problem is now he's got my attention because he's been bullying and vexatiously harassing with the legal system my cousin. Okay. So now he's got my attention. Maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. Maybe I'll be in the newspaper archives tonight. Who knows? Who knows? It's very aggravating. It's very aggravating. And it also just brings back up so many feelings that like I actually also went through when, and it continues to this day, because Lima did just appeal the decision that the judge made 3 freaking times. She appealed it now to the appeals court. So now more lawyers, more money, or same lawyers, but more money, more stress, more lawsuit hanging over my head. And when, not if, when I win that one too, I anticipate she will figure some other way how to harass me, because these people just need to get their lick back, I guess. It's not going to happen. It's never going to work. Every time you try to buck up on me, it's going to return to sender times 10. It used to be times 3. Now it's 10. Shout out to Joy becoming a member. Thank you, Paul, for the 4.99 dirty scoundrels. They are bullies. Seems like it to me. Seems like it to me. Thank you, Real Life Hooligan, member for 11 months. Thank you for persevering. Keep up the awesome work. Love you, cousin. And I do. Somebody said, social media influencers, commentators, whatever, should be required by law to put like a badge or a, something like to show who's financially like funding them or who's telling you to make a video if you haven't this, that, and the other. I said, yeah, actually, I agree with that. That wouldn't be a problem for me. Because it would say this video brought to you by the Lord. And that's what I'm just going to keep going. Like I said, I've already reconciled in my mind that I'm up against the most evil, deplorable, disgusting, demonic entities that this whole matrix has to offer. And the only reason I'm still standing and breathing is because I just say, because I'm doing the Lord's work. And I try to make the right decision when I can. I don't always, for freaking sure. I definitely don't always. But I'm really trying. And I would never, ever do this detestable and deplorable, life-ruining, attempting type of stuff to these people. Not even if I had the money that they do. I would never do that. Shout out to Maddie's mama becoming a member. Thank you, Tara, for the $2 super chat. Talk hard. I'm aggravated. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. Thank you, Amber TSW. That's my mama. I admire your bravery for covering this. I know firsthand how you were victimized and still are by the same tactics used to shut you up. I can see you pushing back emotions right now to lean in on the tyrants. Yep. Stand firm. We got your back. Love, Mom. And that's that. 11 and a half toes. Who are this? Yeah. I mean, seriously. Whatever. Anyway. I'm tagging in the other cousins. Y'all make a video about this if you can, even if you don't want to play his videos, I understand. But I feel like we need to stand together. I feel like if anybody out there can make a comment and you have a platform and can make a comment to say publicly, this is wrong. Even if you don't agree with somebody, this is wrong. This type of bullying that this Torain guy is doing, Torain or whatever, it needs to come to an end. He's gotten away with these tactics for far too long. And I think authorities need to intervene, in my opinion. I haven't started the investigation yet. As of right now, it's really not on my radar. I don't feel like it, actually. But who knows? I reserve the right to change my mind. To the sheriff, in many ways, I know exactly what you're going through. There's really you're right. There's absolutely no way to describe it until you go through it. It has such a profound impact on truly your whole life, your body, your chemistry, your family, your relationships. Whenever you are being accused falsely of heinous and detestable, horrible things like stalking and unwanted sexual conduct by liars and freaking losers, I know that feeling. Oh, do I know it? I don't know what to even further say. I can't even encourage you. I can't even be like, it gets better, because for me, it hasn't. They're still bullying me. Still nobody has investigated the allegations of sex trafficking that I was trying to expose anyway. I was trying to say, hey, why hasn't anyone investigated a situation someone said they were sex trafficked? I got called a revenge porn sharer. I've been called everything but a child of God for trying to help people, okay? And I'm going to keep doing it. Y'all hadn't done nothing to me except built up resolve. I'm never going to stop. Never. There's no one anywhere who can make me stop, dead or alive. Nobody's ancestor, nobody's uncle's demon. Nope. You cannot make me stop. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's all it really did. It was built up that amount of resolve. I'm never going to stop now. I would have probably stopped. I would have probably would have forgotten her name by now. Just like the rest of the freaking world will. Just like the rest of the world will. And it's because of her own doing, her own false statements. And hopefully, somehow, some way, it all catches back up to all these bullies. Thank you, New Life Plan, for the $1.99 super chat. ADAM22 needs something. He needs an exorcism, girl. Thank you for the $1.99. Shout out to the sheriff. Y'all go over there to his video. I'm going to update the description box and put his video link in the description box down below. Go over there. Let it play all the way through. That's going to be the biggest help you can do. Don't send any hate to anybody mention this video. And I pray for redemption for all these freaks. May they see the light. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions. Love you, Meet. Okay, bye.